Hello there, this is Andrew Edlin. I am here to talk to you about a very interesting topic. The topic is astral projection. It is a very interesting subject matter that has become more popular in the past several years. It is something that has been talked about in ancient cultures and is even relevant into some of as slowly becoming relevant into some of today's pop culture. Here I am to present to you this fascinating subject. Astral projection is a phenomenon that has been spoken of and written about for a great period of time. It has been described in virtually all religions and in ancient cultures such as Greece and Egypt, and has been described almost identically by many. To the present day, many have had such experiences, and all share similar testimonies of this phenomenon. Astral projection or an out-of-body experience are stimulating yet brief experiences when a person's consciousness feels as though it has lifted out of his or her physical body and can see the world from a completely different perspective. There have been cases where people even report seeing and hearing things that were really there and witnessing events that have taken place when they could have possibly been there physically. One can travel anywhere and do virtually anything that one wishes to do. One can go to any era in time and explore anywhere on Earth, the universe, and other universes and realms of the multiverse. Not even the sky is the limit. The only limit is the power of the mind. These experiences are actually more common than many would think. Studies show around 10% of people have or will have an astral projection experience within their lifetime under various conditions. Most of these experiences occur when people are resting, sleeping, dreaming, meditating, and in some cases on drugs and medication. There have been even stranger conditions where this has occurred, including motorcyclists riding extremely fast and all of a sudden finding themselves floating above their own bodies, still riding their vehicle and not crashing. Another strange experience includes airplane pilots who have suddenly seen themselves outside of the aircraft trying to get back in while they are simultaneously still flying the aircraft just fine. The physical body is not necessarily a part of the astral projection experience per se, but its physical presence in most cases can still be felt because a portion of our awareness remains with our physical form. As we explore different places in time and space, including the far reaches of the universe, and an infinite amount of different realms and dimensions, one could travel anywhere and any time in all existence, including anywhere in time and space from this world to the far reaches of the universe and beyond. I would be remiss if I were not to add that may be moments when one may lose all sensation or sense of the physical body. Scientists theorize that out-of-body experiences occur when somehow someone loses touch with his or her sensory information within the body. The experience is like falling asleep. Only one loses sense of the body, yet the mind is awake. This is but the very tip of the phenomena. Many people across the world claim to have had such experiences. Many individuals have testified to its numerous benefits, which include spiritual clarity, enhanced intuition, better understanding of life situations, and even hyper-realistic dreams, which allow people to project their consciousness anywhere. The astral body is connected to the physical body via the silver cord, and it is the astral body that you must learn to control. Once you get control of the astral body and have such experiences, the possibilities are endless. Imagine successfully achieving astral projection and traveling to another world with endless possibilities and where the laws of time, space, gravity, and many other laws don't exist here in the third dimension. One could immerse him or herself in the seas of infinite wisdom and use it to elevate his or her spirituality and physical experience in tandem. It is believed astral projection can give you sensations, emotions, tuition, and knowledge that you'd never otherwise have access to, and why many call it the ultimate spiritual experience. There are many understandable and reasonable skeptical arguments as to how one knows if astral projection / out-of-body experiences are real or not. Although this phenomenon is currently not widespread in mainstream culture, it has been well documented throughout human history. Plato said that if what we see in this life is very dull compared to what our spirit can see outside of the physical body, and the spirit is restricted being in a physical form. The ancient Greeks also had the idea that we have a second body. Aristotle taught that the spirit could leave the physical body and could communicate with other beings. Plotinus believed that all souls are indeed separable from their physical bodies. The doctrine of the subtle body remains throughout Western tradition. There are other ancient cultures that describe such experiences in a similar manner. One of these cultures are the Buddhist monks of Tibet. The Tibetan Book of the Dead, written in the 8th century AD, speaks of the existence of life after death. The book is used for funeral occasions as a guide for the recently deceased. It speaks in great detail of the moment of death, the stages of post-mortem existence, and the liberation or rebirth of the soul. The Tibetan Book of the Dead also speaks of the Bardo body, a type of spiritual body that after the death of the physical body, the Bardo body separates and retains all of the consciousness of the soul and the psychic nervous system that instantly transferred from the dead physical body into the Bardo body. Because of its spiritual nature, it is not bound to the laws of physics and can pass through matter, fly, and travel instantly wherever the being desires. The Egyptian Book of the Dead speaks of the same phenomenon very similarly. This writing speaks of the perishable physical body called Kahat and the double body known as Ka, which possessed the attributes of the one who has been deceased. The Egyptians and the Tibetans both asserted the idea of life beyond the material universe. In modern times, the teachings of Theosophy speak of there being several planes and several bodies. Out-of-body experiences are interpreted as projection experiences of the consciousness into the astral body. The term astral projection, as a matter of fact, derives from Theosophy. Some researchers consider the term astral projection to be esoteric in nature. Dane Shales compared the beliefs of over 60 cultures, 54 of which had information on this phenomenon. Of these, 25 have claimed that most, if not all, individuals could experience travel outside of the body under certain circumstances. A further study found that 23 or 43% claimed that there were only certain members who could do this. Another 3 cultures spoke of the possibility but did not give specific details. From these statistics, we can see that the belief in out-of-body experiences is very common to many cultures. It appears from this research that there are far more cultures that believe and have these experiences than those that do not. Anyone who has ever experienced an astral projection or out-of-body experience will attest that the experience is unmistakably real. One literally feels a very powerful separation and distinct sensation of weightlessness of the astral body in contrast to the physical body. Often in these experiences, people have described having unusual but potent sensations, including hearing certain sounds and feeling vibrations. Astral projection experiences have been documented in detail, all describing many similarities throughout history to the present day. If these experiences were all hallucinations, they would unlikely all be so incredibly similar in nature. Since the latter is not the case, one would have to conclude that this is a real experience that's inherent to our awareness. Astral projection and OBEs are very personal experiences and can never really be proven by way of a third party. Experience is and will always be the best teacher when it comes to the subject matter when this comes to this subject matter, and the beauty is that anyone can learn a technique and experience this life-altering phenomenon for themselves. Else. There is much controversy over this phenomenon as to whether astral projection is real or not, and there are many understandable skeptical approaches to this. It is difficult, as with many subjects, to prove or disprove anything with complete certainty, but if one were to learn and implement a technique as to induce an out-of-body experience, one could then personally evaluate the experience and determine for themselves whether or not they think it was real. There are many There are many techniques used to induce an astral projection or out-of-body experience. According to the Dalai Lama, consciousness can be trained to leave the physical body. Out-of-body experiences can be achieved through both meditation and hypnosis. Once one starts mastering these abilities, one can begin to astral project wherever he or she wants. Astral projecting is astral projection in its truest form. One's lifestyle must also affect one's chances of astral projection. One with a more balanced lifestyle, including a healthy diet, exercise, and peace of mind, will have better chances of performing astral projection. In contrast, those who have an unbalanced lifestyle may have more difficulties achieving an astral projection experience. There are many factors that come into play as to why some can astral project when others can't, including one's level of openness, belief systems, fears, stress levels, abuse of energy, and substance abuse. Those who disengage from vices and are more open-minded and lead more aware lifestyles will be more likely to have success. No matter what barriers there may be, anyone can overcome them and have an astral projection experience with proper training and commitment. It is best to learn to meditate and relax the body first, and then apply an astral projection technique. If this is done along with living a balanced lifestyle, one will have good chances of succeeding. When one learns to astral project fluently, there are many places that one could travel. One could travel around this world, explore the universe, and even go to alternate dimensions. The primary places that people go when they astral project is called the astral realm. In the astral realm, all senses are greatly magnified. They are not physical but inner astral senses. The astral realm has virtually no limitations except for those that we put on ourselves. One can do and create virtually anything they desire there. The astral realm is divided into many higher realms that can fit primarily into three sections or subplanes known as the lower, middle, and higher astral realms. The lower realms are more dark, primal, and at a very low frequency. It is commonly referred to as Dante's Inferno or Purgatory, and it is where many lost souls reside. The middle astral realm is filled with vivid colors, exquisite beauty, and everything there seems to be incredibly alive. Time is very distorted and often feels subjective. The higher astral realms are what are often referred to as the heavens or summerlands. In religious traditions, these realms are very pure, and they are the residence for higher level beings. Some beings are more positive in nature, and there are those that are negative as well as more neutral beings. They can and do appear in countless forms. Astral projection is a very fascinating phenomenon that has been spoken and written of in many various cultures up to the present day. It is described in ancient cultures, religions, and many personal accounts up to the present day that all overlap and speak of an extremely similar experience. The information presented is only a basic overview of the phenomenon of astral projection, including the history, experiences, and research conducted upon in this area. There have been an increasing popularity on this subject information, and it shall most likely grow more in time, and there is much more that can be done as to learn more about this. A good way to get further knowledge on this subject matter would be through personally experiencing this. Through this, one can evaluate these experiences and determine what they think of the subject matter. There is much more to explore on this, and one could learn so much from researching, speaking to others, and especially experiencing this personally. If one were to go further, it is even possible that one could explore the grandeur of the omniverse.